Hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your August 2024 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you're returning, and welcome if you're new. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right. I'm getting a message here around you partnering up or collaborating with possibly someone who you least expected, or someone, it could be a person, a company, an organization, a group that may show up out of the blue for you is what I'm getting. And once in a blue moon, potentially, you have the moon card showing up. Now, this could be an unknown source. That's what I'm getting here is there's something unexpected that comes in, and you may have a decision to make, whether this is around a business or this could be a corporate job. You may even be revisiting an energy of the past, and it comes back around again with this spiral card. And I feel like there's an unusual connection, or it's a connection that you least expected to come in, as it does here. And I like this energy. I feel like it's good because it almost feels like you're putting yourself out there, or you're being recognized, you're being noticed here, Sag. You have the face card at the bottom of the deck. This does talk about money skills and investor. So someone could be investing in you. You may be investing in an unlikely source here, but I feel like it's a good source. Okay. It's just takes you maybe by surprise, or, you could be headhunted here. You may be getting exposure. Your work is getting exposure. Someone reaches out to you. They want to work with you, collaborate with you. I'm getting the ring energy showing up here, and there's the ring. Beautiful. So you have some sort of contract, new business contract or soul contract that is coming in. You may not see this quite yet, but I feel like there's a lot of inspiration flowing at this time with the light bulb. And then there's the ring. This is that partnership, long-term investments. This could even be very fulfilling for the both of you. Both of you meaning, again, person, company, organization. So it wouldn't surprise me to see the Lovers showing up, because I feel like there is more than one, but it's for a common good, a greater good. This could even be working with family members, or working with a spouse. There could be a Two of Cups, a very important partnership coming in, and it's lucky. It's good. You've created your own luck though. So let's take a look here. We do have the Moon card. So some of you may feel like you are being guided by your intuition, or by your spiritual team, maybe even by a loved one who's crossed over. If you've gone through a difficult period with the moon, or maybe things have felt a little bit shadowed, or perhaps you were doing some odds and end jobs to pay the bills, or you may have even come to this reading unemployed, or if it has been difficult, I feel like decisions are being made. That's why you have the huge decision card showing up here. And you also have the Tower right in the middle, which says sound decisions. So there is a decision being made that will affect your stability. I feel for the better though. Okay. Now you may be climbing the ladder. You may be heading towards an upward trend. For some of you, you may have left a work situation because it did become toxic, and it feels like things are spiraling at this time. But I feel like you are connecting to energies that are healthier, okay? Or at least that's the goal. Energies that can bring in more financial abundance. And I'm also getting people keeping their word. So perhaps you have been left with some empty promises, or people have fell short on their word. And I just feel like there's been some sort of deadline here for you. Either you personally have set a deadline in a business or in a company, and you said, okay, this is what I need at this time, and maybe that wasn't fulfilled. I feel like there's no more deadlines, but it's as if you brush against some sort of crossroad here, and that's when this unlikely source comes in. I keep getting that for you, and it's so unusual. that phrase in itself kind of brings a little bit of mystery in the air. So I do feel like, and as I say mystery in the air, we have the high priestess showing up. So this is really good. You are being guided here by your intuition and your spiritual team. But there is, again, an air of mystery here. You could be revisiting a job for some of you. Okay, Seven of Swords, that could be that toxicity or people not keeping their word. I feel like good help is hard to find. I just heard good help is hard to find, so I'm not quite sure if you were looking for help in some way, shape, or form. Page of Fire, Page of Wands. It's like you've put your feelers out there, and I feel like it was difficult, or it has been challenging or difficult. King of Swords showing up here in the recent past. If you are dealing with a legality, I feel like a decision will be made. No more left in the dust here, or no more cloudiness. There's clarity coming in. I do see the moon showing up, but I also see in my mind's eye the sun. So I feel like something will be illuminated here for you. And we have the Messenger of Earth. There's the Knight of Pentacles. So there is movement here towards trustworthiness, honesty. There's a choice, right? Two of Wands showing up in your near future. We're just going to get all your cards out here in your spread. Some of you may hear back from a company that maybe they had a deadline. I'm getting March for some of you. March could have been significant, but maybe you applied for a position, or you had an idea, or there was a project that you began working on in the past, and I feel like that could be showing back up around again. I mean, it makes sense. We have a retrograde, Saturn going retrograde for the majority of August, and I feel like your intuition is really guiding you to move forward. Look at that, Six of Swords showing up, and you're on this new spiritual quest. There is a new soul contract coming in, and that's why you have that seal the deal and partnership ring card. Look at 10 of Cups showing up in your hopes and fears. You want to do something for your family. You want to be able to spend time. I'm getting flexibility. You want flexibility here. That may be, some of you have a few things you're juggling up here. I'm actually getting Two of Pentacles, even though we see the Two of Wands. I feel like that could be a part of it here. Now, we have the Devil showing up in your energy, but I feel like it hasn't come out for a reason, but I feel like that could be the choice. There's something about finding balance and not letting the toxicity or the unhealthy patterns or people get the best of you. What's your final outcome? Ace of Earth. So I'm going to take that Devil energy. We are going to talk about that a tad bit here as well, because I feel the Devil with the Seven of Swords and the King of Swords. Some of you may have felt manipulated, or perhaps there was a boss who was gaslighting you or leaving you feeling empty promises. Yeah, I don't love it. But 10 of Water is coming up here. This is the 10 of Cups. You're channeling your inner Buddha. And this is shown up for a couple of signs. I believe Libra and Virgo as well. We're channeling their inner Buddha, but you have it showing up. And this is going to help you get to this new beginning that we see as your outcome. But because the Devil popped up, right? The Devil did pop up here. I feel like you're going to have some choices to make. So let's dive in here, Sag, and see what's going on for you regarding finances, wealth, abundance, and career. There could be fleeting funds. Some of you, I'm getting draining of savings, draining of assets. Perhaps there was a difficult period that you'd gone through, and you're being guided day by day to put one foot in front of the other. This is about odd jobs. A lot of you have many things you're juggling in the air. Again, Two of Pentacles energy. You could be working multiple jobs, or there's some, projects, creative projects that you are biting into a little over here and a little over here, but perhaps there's not a solid sense of consistency in some way. I feel like you're shifting things up. You could be working a couple of part-time jobs, or a main full-time job in the corporate world, but yet you're starting a business or a side hustle. I feel like you are being guided to take action, and we do have the star and the moon, and I do feel whatever connection is showing up for you here, again, with that ring. I'm just going to pull that ring card because that's what I was seeing prior. This is about new financial commitment showing up here and fulfillment, right? That's what the 10 of Cups represents as well, as emotional fulfillment, where you feel like you're wanted, your services are wanted, you're making a difference, you love what you do. It's more than just financial wealth, although that may be a goal. Emotional wealth is satisfactory. It's something that fulfills you, and the more that you feel great about it without tying up expectations and feeling like you have to do something, you're doing it because you love it. I feel like that changes the trajectory, that changes the energy, and you have a lot of ideas here with the light bulb, and Spirit is saying you have the ability to bring in new income. This is creativity, potentially entrepreneurship, or to work with people who share the same dream as you, the same energy, the same frequency. And that's why I'm getting that ring card showing up. And you're going to seal the deal. This can also be about fame. For some of you Sagittarians, perhaps you're in the spotlight. You may have your own YouTube channel, or perhaps you are being guided to put yourself out there in the spotlight in some way, shape, or form. That doesn't mean necessarily social media, however it could, but it may mean, speaking up in a meeting, right? Speaking up and sharing your creative idea to the rest of, the people on your team. If you normally don't do that, I feel like you are being guided to step into more of a creative role and not hold back, because that light bulb is burning. You have ideas, they're really good, and I feel like people are going to listen to you. Now, if you don't have that where you currently are, I feel like there's a new opportunity to seal the deal, to connect to people who do want to see the best in you, right? Bring out the best in you. It's a teamwork. There's no I in team. And I feel for some of you that's been very difficult. Okay. I do see it's been difficult because I see toxicity here. Some of you may have even left because of it. Some of you may have been fired. We have 3 challenging cards here showing up, but I feel like this is more so the past, but it could be something you're going through currently. But I feel like you are looking for new opportunities here, or if something was toxic, you may have even worked in an environment where a mask or gown and glove was required. There may have been toxins, poisons. I mean, this could be in a hospital setting. It could be, you work with maybe paints or, things of that nature. And I feel like you're wanting to move in a new direction. Yeah, a lot of you are just wanting to move in a new direction, and the time has come. I mean, you have the deadline card here. So we have the Tower. This is earning power. It's almost as if I feel you've reached some sort of status or some sort of high-end, top-end glass ceiling. You may have reached as far as you could go in the current situation, and I feel like the only way now is outward, but it may feel like you've gone through a little bit of a spiral. Things may have even felt out of control at times for you, Sag. Now you're climbing upward. This is an upward, outward trend, okay? Because some of you may have been right in that middle piece there, and there's nowhere else you can go when you're in that middle piece, and the only way out is to kind of spiral out. But as you're going through change and transformation, it feels scary. It may even feel trapped. I'm getting entrapment for some of you. And I did see, while we were shuffling, I did see the 8 of Cups, it was the 8 of Cups, but it was in reverse. So I feel like you may have kept looping back around, and that makes sense with the spiral. Now, some of you, this does pertain to patterns, okay? The spiral can be patterns and repeating them. You may keep going back and forth with a decision, with a question, or, there's there's a project or there's a new beginning or there's something in front of you, but it's like right when you get there, you take a few steps back and you repeat it all over again. And you're like, when am I going to move towards my 9 of Cups, right? When am I going to move towards my wish fulfillment here? And there is new connections, but it requires you to step out of the pattern. And maybe that's why that devil energy was showing up for you as well as I was shuffling. So with the Tower, this could be building a business. It could be being in charge, being able to make some decisions for yourself. I mean, we do have a King of Wands here. We do have a Queen of Pentacles, or excuse me, King of Swords in the recent past. I almost feel like this was someone you did not like. You did not like this King of Swords, or this is someone you could not trust, you could not rely on. This could be someone that just didn't have the same goals. It's like you wanted to work up here and this person may have felt like they were holding you back in a way, or empty promises. They may have been toxic. They may have even been a boss, very cold, maybe even very hot-headed, very angry. But I feel that a sound decision has been or will be made, and it will bring in more stability, because right now things do seem a little bit up in the air for you, but we have the spiral, and I do feel like you may be revisiting it says a job, which some of you could be revisiting a job if you've applied for it in the past. That may be what shows up out of the blue. You may have forgotten all about it. For others of you, there's some unusual, unlikely connections, but it's actually perfectly, divinely connected. That's what you need to know with that High Priestess here. And there could even be a promotion or a new opportunity that you head towards that, it may be where pay is the same, maybe even a little bit lower than what you're used to, but I feel like the opportunities to grow could surpass where you're currently at. So some of you remember that as well, because the stress, the headache, the toxicity is not worth it. All right, with the Face card here, I feel like you're required to step into, again, a new role or step into being vulnerable. This is about putting yourself out there, putting yourself on the line, or, on a limb here. Take a risk. This is self-made fame, exposure, reputation. And I feel like you got the goods, Sag. You got the goods. People want what you have to offer. But sometimes you may feel like this King of Swords energy. I mean, this could even be a characteristic within oneself. If you're not dealing with someone who is challenging or difficult, this can be the challenging or difficult parts of ourselves that tend to repeat some patterns, because I'm really getting a strong energy with the King of Swords here in reverse. I feel like it's an energy that feels a little bit lower. It doesn't feel like the King of Swords is fully in his power. And I feel like there's some arrogance here. I mean, I'm not calling anyone out, but I do feel like there is some shadows or a belief system that is stuck in the ways. You've all met someone that they have their belief system, or they're very set in their ways, and they don't let anyone come in and even offer a word of advice. They know everything, right? King of Swords could know everything. They're very blunt. They're very straightforward, a straight shooter. They don't really care sometimes, how others respond to them, because it's their way or the highway. It can be. So if this is someone you're dealing with, or it could be a pattern that you're being guided to break out of. Now, we do have, we talked about toxicity and maybe even leaving a situation and either being terminated or you walking away. Some of you are just ready to retire. You may be burnt out. I just heard someone is thinking about selling out, selling a business, selling a portion of an asset or something of that nature. I get yes. Okay, yes, if that is a questionable energy that you're currently dealing with, I'm getting a yes, especially with the outcome. You have a new beginning here in the material world. So it does require you to let go of a situation or to get honest with yourself. Perhaps this King of Swords I mean, when he's in his power, he is honest. He's someone you want on your side, right? Think of a judge. Think of, someone of higher authority that goes by the book, right? They know the rules, they know the regulations. This could be a lawyer, this could be, a police officer, or someone who wants to serve in the highest light. And when he's not, he can be corrupt, he can be underhanded, and even use his power to manipulate and coerce. I mean, that's not cool. Not cool at all. And I feel for some of you, you are dealing with a situation where people, they thought that their what didn't stink, and I feel like it didn't jive with you. Now, of course, if this is something within yourself, I mean, I'm not saying you have all of those things I just said, but I feel like it's breaking out of a pattern if you're not dealing with someone. But a lot of you are, and you know who this person is. I'm getting JST. Okay, I mean, that's very specific. I don't know if those are the initials of someone or if it's a company name, or JS or T could be one of the letters in the name. Take that as it resonates, or the company name, or even the role. But we see some deadlines showing up here for you. So I feel like this could mean a few different things. Either you're coming up to crunch time, you're coming up to a very pivotal point in your career where you have some choices to make. Do I stay within this company? Do I sell this business? Do I retire? Do I feel like there are questions. And I'm going to tell you here, I feel like this can help you with your answer. Is there an opportunity for growth? Where you are currently at, are you able to grow? Have you put in the work in order to see something grow? Because that can make a difference as well. Sometimes, we feel like we've reached a capacity, but then we have to look at it from a new angle and say, but have we done what we've needed to do, or maybe shifted perspectives to see if this could grow in a new light? Is there room for expansion here? Or even, do I love what I do anymore? Sometimes this King of Swords, he may not feel emotionally invested in what he does anymore. And that's the hope here. 10 of Cups. Right? You want to channel your inner Buddha. So if you are working an odds and end job, or you're just trying to survive, but you're not really doing what you love, then that's why you feel like you're up against a deadline, because you're thinking, I only have a certain amount of time left on earth, and who knows, I could be gone tomorrow, right? And I feel like you are, yes, setting some long-term goals for yourself, but you're trying to be very practical, logical, and present, because every day is a blessing. And I see that, yes, you've struggled, but I feel like this new beginning, maybe this unexpected source, or whatever intuitive guidance that's coming your way here, there's a lot of growth available with this new opportunity. Aces are gifts. And the fact that it's an Ace of Pentacles, this is unlimited potential, right? It's career, wealth, success, abundance. It can be a gift or an inheritance. It can be, a new job, a new promotion. So there is growth available with this gift. Even if you have to start out at entry level, okay? Some of you may be guided to call in some new energies to help you out. Perhaps you've become very big within your business sector, or maybe you just want to relax a little bit and not do everything yourself. Maybe this is where new people come on board, but perhaps it's been a struggle getting new people to be in that maybe king or queen status. Maybe you've received a lot of pages, and that's been difficult because, again, it can be difficult to find good help. Some of you may also have teenagers that may be looking for a job as well, or you may have young adults in your life that are looking for work. Okay, just pointing that out. Now, we do have some big decisions to make, and I see that as well with the Two of Wands. This does have to do with your money, your career, your finances, and I feel like you're looking for freedom, emotional wealth, as well as financial wealth. But some of you, it requires you to leave behind whatever that trio of toxicity is for you. It does require you to step out of that I feel like 5 of Swords type of energy. And you may even be undergoing a performance evaluation, Sagittarius. You could be giving someone else an eval. You may be evaluating how you feel. How does this job, how does this job coincide with your future? Do you see yourself in this position for the next 5 years, 10 years, until retirement, whatever it is for you? Are you happy? Is there growth? Are you making the money? What are the benefits? Does this satiate your hunger for growth long term? And I see that some of you, the answer is no, right? It's no. And that's why there are some big decisions here that are coming in. But right now, you may be doing what you need to do to pay the bills. Okay. For some of you, I do see receipts with that contracts, right? Yeah, we did get the contract card. The seal the deal. So this could be administrative work, writing work, clerical work, new contracts, e-documents, things of that nature you could be looking over. Some of you, this is market research. You may be putting yourself out there looking for opportunities. I'm getting EC, ECC, or EC could be a company name. Take that as it resonates. I mean, a lot of initials today, or a lot of letters. So you're going to have enough to pay bills. You can see that there is a receipt, but someone's pulling plenty of bills out of the wallet. So I feel if there is anything that shows up that needs to be paid, of course, we all have responsibilities. We all have bills, but I feel like you have enough to pay them. Someone may have just had a conversation around receipts, around tipping. Okay. That's completely out here in left field, but I feel like there's been a recent conversation about how much to leave for a tip, or do I tip this person, or how much do I tip, or why is this company now asking for tips? So there's something about tipping, or maybe you receive or collect tips in some way, shape, or form. So let's dive into the tarot. High Priestess. High Priestess showing up here for you, Sagittarius, is Cancerian energy. This is about the inner wisdom within. It's our own insight. It's our own inner truth. And because we have the Seven of Swords showing up, crossing the High Priestess, there could be something you're not being fully honest about, or maybe someone around you isn't being honest, because this can be secrets coming up. I'm also getting, you may find out that someone is pregnant, or someone is taking maternity leave, or there may have even been some sort of corruption at the workplace that causes someone to leave abruptly. Okay. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, this is pretty extreme, so this may only resonate with one or two of you, but there could be people who show up, like I'm getting full on Men in Black, right? But maybe not that extreme. There could be people in suits that come through the company. Now, I don't know if this is legal people, or if this is, an unexpected walkthrough from maybe an inspector. There could be a surprise inspection here, or, someone comes in unannounced is kind of what I feel. I don't know if it's the boss of a company, or again, someone who can call some shots is what I'm getting here. And I feel like there could be something underhanded, or something shady, or it's just not up to code, or they dig in. Maybe this has to do with human resources, or it could be there is an evaluation that someone is doing, an investigation. Yeah, investigation. Ooh, Sag, what do you got going on here? Now, if you're a business owner, perhaps this is you getting honest with yourself about, your gifts, your talents, not second guessing yourself, not second guessing your own intuition. Because when the Seven of Air crosses the High Priestess, are we listening, right? Are we listening, or are we hearing about things, but we're not doing anything about it in the physical world? And when it comes to your own intuition, your intuition is popping up saying, hey, Sag, we want you to move this way, right? This is what could help you out. But for whatever reason, well, the reason's the devil. We've seen that devil. the patterns keep replaying out because maybe there are some lessons that you feel like you haven't learned, or you're not quite sure how to jump ship. Okay, jump ship. And that's so interesting because we actually have the Six of Swords showing up, which has a picture of a ship in the clouds. So it's like, how do I jump ship? How do I jump into this new timeline? How do I open up to this new opportunity? When all you want to do is channel your inner Buddha here, Sag, right? Channel that inner Buddha. You got this. Now, what's below you is the Page of Wands. You're a big child at heart, but you're also an old soul, right? You are being guided to embrace that inner child and see the world through the eyes of curiosity, the eyes of wonder, the eyes of discovery. And for some of you, that has eluded you for quite some time, because as we grow up into adulthood, we're told not to dream. We're told, that that's childish, or those are childhood dreams, or, not to use your imagination, or to not, we're told so much by societal standards. And once you reach a certain age, I feel like you're being asked to come back home to you, come back home to the parts of you, Sagittarius, that feel alive. That's why we have the Ten of Cups showing up here. The parts of you that do things because you love to. The parts of you that open up to discovery because you want to learn about it, not because someone said, hey, you should learn that, or you should go in that career. That's going to make you the most money. Or you got to follow in mom's footsteps. She was a nurse or a teacher or whatever it is. What about you? What do you want to do? What sparks that fire within you, Sagittarius? Now, in the recent past, we talk about this King of Swords, and it's so interesting because I almost want to just throw him down, like bypass him, like bye-bye. I don't want to deal with you. I don't love it. I don't love it. And if this is something within yourself, okay, I feel probably 85% of you, it's someone else, or it's a company, organization, or just someone that you're dealing with that's just not fun. But maybe for 15% of you, and that's still a pretty big percentage, this is patterns that we all, and I say we all because every single one of us have shadow aspects, or we have, stubbornness or perfectionism, or, we're stuck in a belief. There's something here that you are being asked to take a look at within yourself. Okay. And I feel maybe the energy of me wanting to kind of just throw it off the table here and say, bye-bye. Maybe that's how you feel about it. You don't even want to deal with that side of yourself or with these people anymore because it feels not honest. And I feel like honesty is completely required here. Transparency is required. Doing the right thing when no one is looking, right? Having integrity. That to me is what integrity is. And I feel like this person lacks it, or again, hopefully you haven't clicked off by now thinking, Mel, you're mean. I'm not mean. I'm just saying that there are people or there are circumstances that you're being asked to look at a little more deeply and trust your own intuition. Okay. For a lot of you, this is someone else. And I feel like this is recent past. So you're already going to know what this is for you. So again, don't make it fit. Don't feel like I'm calling you out if this is not your characteristic here, if this is someone else, or if you're like, Mel, it's not me or someone else. Maybe this is just about some strong belief systems or wanting to help the world be of service in some way, shape, or form. I'm also getting for some of you, you could be like crisis workers, or you may have a job that does require you to, in a way, save people. Okay, so maybe that is an emergency driver, like an ambulance driver, or EMT, or firefighter, or police officer, or, lawyer, judge. I feel like could be someone here that does put their life on the line. Okay, just for some of you. Now, what's above you here is the Knight of Earth. The Knight of Pentacles is someone who's dependable, trustworthy. They wait for the best time to take action. They're not impulsive, but yet they're not lazy. They find that balance. Out of all the knights, this is the one that, is going to show up on time. They're going to show up 15 minutes early. They are going to hand you their resume with everything in order, checked, to the T. They're going to come with, well presented, well dressed. I feel like this energy of movement is displaying professionalism, and whatever is coming towards you, I feel you can trust. This situation in the past, maybe not so much, or maybe this is you not trusting your own intuition, right? But whatever this is here, you can see she's looking forward, and what's she looking at? She's looking at this decision. And Two of Wands, this is your potential. Knight of Pentacles, your potential to combine energies, to take action, to walk out of a situation that does feel heavy or toxic or repetitive, redundant. It could be a pattern of yours. Two of Wands is saying, I'm going to make a choice. I'm going to make a choice to walk out of this situation, or to shift my frequency, or to put myself out there. And when you take one step, right? When you take one step toward the gods, they take 10 steps towards you, but action is required. And I feel like you are being actioned here with the Knight of Pentacles to take that first step, right? Whatever it may be. And I love it as well, because I keep going back to the inner Buddha, and Lao Tzu says the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. But he's also not looking at, what's ahead of him 1,000 miles from now. He's just focused on today, right? And I feel like you are being guided to take one step at a time, to keep moving forward. And I see that there is a new offer coming in. Now, how are you feeling? Queen of Earth, this isn't bad. I like this for you. Now, Sagittarius, this is someone who is dependable, trustworthy, right? As well, just like the Pentacles, but she's the queen. So she's resourceful. She is tuned in. She could be very outdoorsy. She is connected to the spiritual realm, yet the physical. She's very abundant. Queen of Earth typically has a million little bunnies around her. So I feel like you can multiply what it is that you are putting your energy towards. And I also see that you're quite thrifty, or you're able to save well, okay? If you've struggled with that in the past, some of you, maybe you were a big spender, or you find yourself in that devil energy of not being able to save, or not being able to be in that Knight of Pentacles energy here. But I feel like you're moving towards leveling up in a new way is what I would say here. Leveling up in a new way. Now, Queen of Pentacles, others enjoy the fruits of her labor. Female or male, it is showing up in the feminine aspect here, but femininity is about receptivity. So it's about receiving some blessings where maybe some of you felt blocked off. Okay, maybe you felt a little blocked, but she's resourceful. She's abundant. She's in a good standing grace with her money. She is someone who, she has skill, she has talent, and she's fierce as well. Look at her face. She's very stoic. She says what she mean what she says, and I feel she's very well respected as well. And this is you. Now, what's going on in your environment is the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is freeing yourself from a bad situation that's beyond repair, right? Or it cannot be fixed, or this situation is not going to budge. And in order to grow or to move in a new position, action may need to be taken. And I see that we're taking it. But maybe someone has sat on taking that action for quite some time, okay? Because we do have that Knight of Pentacles showing up. And I feel like now's the right time. Hopes and fears. Your hope is to channel that inner Buddha, listen to your intuition, have that financial and emotional wealth. This is love for what you do. It's having enough, money, and being able to take care of your family as well. I do see flexibility, freedom. You just want to live, laugh, love. Right, Sag? You want to live, laugh, love. And I feel like you are fearing the worst for your family, right? When the Ten of Cups shows up as a fear, this can be unrealistic goals. It can be family disputes or feelings of unworthiness, right? Do I have what it really takes to be at the top here? Can I really help others? And I feel like the answer is yes. Try not to let those fears, false evidence appearing real, hold you in that limiting holding tank, right? The limitations, the patterns, the restrictions. Try not to let them hold you back, because you are all that and a cup of little Buddha. Your final outcome, Ace of Pentacles. There's your opportunity here on earth. I mean, look at this stag. He is standing there proud, and he has his antennas high. And it's interesting as well because you're showing up as the Queen of Pentacles, and she has that antenna connected to the ether, connected to source energy. She's being guided here to go towards this new beginning. And when this Ace of Earth shows up, this is a gift. It's a new beginning in the material world. You're grabbing something from the spiritual and bringing it down to earth. So that's your outcome. I love this for you. Again, it could be a new offer, a new opportunity. It could be a raise, a promotion, or even retirement. I know this isn't necessarily the card that goes with retirement. Typically, that's the 10 of Pentacles. But I feel for some of you, there could be a choice to have a new beginning, and maybe that does require you to retire, or that's a goal that you have. But I feel like the way that you get there may be a little differently this time around with this Ace of Earth. Let's get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have for Sagittarius? Ooh, that one came in hot. What do we got here for Sag? We have orphans. We have orphans. So this is card 5. 5s do represent challenges, struggles, change, conflict, obstacles. But the fact that you have this 5 showing up, I feel like it does require complete honesty. But remember what I said about an unlikely source showing up that may even be a part of this new beginning? Trust and be open to help. Wow, as I said that, it's like my voice cracked there. It's almost like it was hard to swallow. Some of you, do you fear going it alone? Some of you may fear being rejected, being abandoned. Okay, this is a sense of loss. It can be an identity crisis. Oh, yeah. I mean, because for some of you, this King of Swords is showing up here. And for some of you, it could be bits and pieces of those characteristics that we spoke of that hold you in that holding tank of repetitive patterns with the devil that I saw, the 7 of Swords, and the High Priestess, that you may be second guessing where you come from. Where you come from. You're not a human having a soul experience. You're a soul having a human experience. You come from the divine. You come from love. And as we journey through life here, Sag, sometimes we feel orphaned. We feel uncertain about our place in the world. We feel like we don't fit in. We ask ourselves, who the hell are we? What am I doing? What are my gifts? What am I meant to do here on earth? So some of you, yes, you are asking some big questions, but we are all meant to have connections with other people. I don't care who you are. If you say, I'm just okay with living my life out all by myself under this in this dungeon, no soul, no people. I feel like that is a defense mechanism for those that have been abandoned or hurt. And I get it because I used to be that person at times. I had to grow up real quick. So I built in this defense mechanism of independence, and I prided myself on not needing anyone's help. But that doesn't help us evolve, right? It doesn't help us grow into who we are meant to be here on earth. And we're all meant to have connections with our families, our society, our larger culture. No man is an island, Sag. And it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential. That's the difference. A part of rather than separate from. And it says here, the issue at hand is the need to find where you fit in. Be true to your core truth and values. Oh, I got goosebumps. That's the Seven of Swords. Be true to your core truth and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others that have like minds, right? And spirit. It's okay to let go of the pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So sometimes we go through things that are very difficult, and we do take that journey that may feel singular or, isolated. So I'm just going to give you a small example. 2.5 years ago, I decided to not drink, right? To not drink. And I live in the US, and I live in a specific state that is really well known for drinking. Everybody drinks, it seems, these days, right? And so taking the path of becoming a non-drinker can feel very isolating at times. And we have to be true to our core values. And to me, that wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy to my body. And I had grown up with, a lot of addictions that I've seen around me, and I've seen how it destroys lives or destroyed lives. So I just wanted to step out of that and reinvent the wheel, right? Do something new in my ancestral bloodline. And I decided that that was my choice, and that was where my values lied. But it was a path of not least resistance. There was a lot of resistance there from everyone around me, but I had to find my place. And that's what I feel here for you when it comes to career, finances, or maybe you have a similar story yourself, and maybe you have felt abandoned at times. But I feel like you are being reminded that you can't be all things to all people. I can't tell you how many times I heard, oh, Mel, you can't go out, or you don't want to do, not that I didn't want to do things, but people tend to not want to be shown their own flaws when you raise your vibration, right? When you are in a higher energy, that can trigger others, and they don't like that. And I feel for some of you, that may have been this King of Swords, Sag. Some of you may have triggered others by standing in your truth or your core values. Now, this card does remind you that you can't be all things to all people. That's why you have to honor your path, even if it requires people falling out of your life, right? You don't have to show up for every single one of them. What matters is your truth and your values, and the right energies will come towards you, and they absolutely have. But it required a lot of guts, a lot of courage for me to step out of this energy that I had grown up in, right? And to choose a new path. And that's what I feel is showing up for you here. You're not going to be popular with everyone, and that has to be okay with you. Be clear about your mission, your brand, your work persona, and your contribution to the world, as these must be based on what you authentically have to offer. Not something you think will sell or you perceive they may want. You will attract abundance by being completely yourself. And I can say that from personal experience, that is 100% the truth. The best things will come in when you are true to your core about what you need to do, even if it is the road less traveled. Stay in your own lane. That's where you will shine and where you will experience extreme prosperity. Yeah. So this is powerful here. It's time to address any unhealthy alliances you've formed and make a decision to heal the past. You're not going to be abandoned, Sag, by the world if you claim yourself as whole. Not all situations are dysfunctional. Okay, that's what Spirit wants you to know. Not all, environments are dysfunctional here, and not all of them will disappoint you. Don't abandon yourself. You can connect to others in a healthy way once you recognize your patterns. This is what this card literally says, and we've been talking about all of this, right? Once you recognize your patterns and consciously choose to interrupt them, life wants to love you. Let it. Life wants to love you, but we resist the path because sometimes we want instant gratification, or we want things as we want them, and it takes guts, courage, determination, and effort to take the path that could represent more challenges, right? Or more resistance at first, but ultimately it can lead you to your biggest dreams possible. And that's what I see here for you with the 10 of Cups. All right, let's get a few messages from your spirit animals. At this time, I ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, the belly area. Nice big inhale, hold it as long as you can, and release through your mouth with a nice big sigh. And with your eyes still closed, Sagittarius, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. Perhaps your animal is wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be a pet that's crossed over the rainbow bridge, one that's visited through your dreams or in the great outdoors recently, or maybe even a pet that you have at home. There is no right or wrong answer, Sag. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you're ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your animal or animals, you can have more than one, drop them in the comment section below the video, and I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway. So please make sure you've hit the subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, Sagittarius. Okay, we have Groundhog Spirit. Time to let go. Yeah, time to let go of what was to make room for what can be, what's possible. Allow yourself to be open to this gift that's coming in for you. Some of you may be 31 or born on the 31st. You may be 38, 40, or born on the 18th. Time to let go, says Groundhog Spirit. We also have deer. Some of you may have seen a fawn or a buck, or I am getting deer. Some of you did see a doe or a deer. This is about gentleness, compassion, and kindness. It's also about awareness, okay? You know that when you come up against a deer in the woods, right? Immediately their ears perk. So I feel like you're being guided to listen to your intuition, become aware of how you're feeling in certain situations. Your body is giving you cues, Sag. Pay attention to your body, okay? Some of you, you may be getting a hearing check, or there may be something with the ears, the nose, the eyes. So maybe ENT, ears, nose, throat, or eyes, eyeglasses. I see it being in that area. Some of you may need to go get a new prescription glasses. Okay, take that as it resonates. Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. We are adaptable creatures. I mean, look at planet Earth. Look and see how we've adapted. Look at technology. Look at how far we've come, right? Yes, there's tweaks that we could certainly work on, quite a few of them, but I feel like you are adapting and will adapt, but it's a struggle for humans because we want predictability. We want stability. We want, we can be creatures of comfort. And I feel like you're being guided to focus on a dream or dream your world into being. It's time to take that step, and you're going to adapt to the situations quite well, actually, is what I'm getting. And right now, you may be tending to the small things. You have Mouse Spirit. So we have mouse, lizard, deer, and groundhog. And it says tend to the small things at this time. So tying up loose ends. This could be focusing on what is within your lane, right? Focus on your own bobber here, Sagittarius, and tend to any small things. Update your resume, or, go for that, there's something about scheduling or having a new schedule or clearing your schedule even, maybe even travel, vacationing, whatever it may be for you. Tend to some small things. I do see someone packing, so there could be a move. There could be relocation happening or a sales. Maybe someone is shipping. That could be that type of packing as well. All right, last but not least, Sag, I think you're one of the longest readings this month, so this is a big one. What do we have for Sagittarius? Thank you so much, Angela Rose, for gifting me with your beautiful Oracle deck. For those of you interested in any of the decks used in any readings, you can always find them in the description box below. We have come back home to you. And I think we said those same exact words at some point in your reading. It's natural to want to run from hard things in life. Okay, King of Swords, right? We just want to chuck them off the table. You are safe in your body and in this world. You are loved above all else. Make a commitment to stay with yourself in good times and in bad. That's why you have that orphan card. I have goosebumps here, Sag. Don't abandon yourself. When things get tough, sometimes we do. We want to numb the pain. We want to run from it. We want to, hide from it. We want to do whatever we can. And Spirit is saying, show up, come back to you, because you have everything you need within yourself to create a ripple change in your world, whatever that may be for you. You have this gift coming in, Ace of Pentacles. Don't run from it. It's right here. All you have to do is be open to receiving it. That's what I have for you, Sag. I hope this reading resonates. If so, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell. And don't forget to drop your power animals in the comment section below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Lots of love.